What's up? The live stream Philly Uncensored Sports. Let me get this camera right. Philly Uncensored Sports podcast is in the building. The Philadelphia. Here we go. My mic was Lord. I was so excited. My mic was out in the distance.
It sounded like you was in the bathroom at first.
Innocent echo. The Philly Uncensored Sports podcast in the building. Am I sounding clear? Does my mic sound right?
We good now.
All right. It's a beautiful win. Sixers came in. Wayne talked about this before about how crucial these next couple games are going to be, especially without the big man. Sixers come off a huge 2-point victory. Was it 2 points or 1 point? How much did we win by? I think it was 2.
2 points.
2-point victory. Should have been 3. Maxey missed the free throw down the stretch. And if Garland would have hit that 3, we'd have been salty. Truth be told, it should have been that close. I think they got a little gagged by the refs down at the end of the game, but that's neither here nor there. We got the win. It was huge. We're going to go into this as the show goes on, but I will have to say the last show, I was a little bit in my feelings. I said this. I started off and I said I'm leaning on people in the comment section to help me understand why we made the trade that we made. And I really wasn't feeling it. I was some dudes that was near and dear to my heart, Pat Bev and Springer and all them cats, and even Marcus Morris. But I see why we made the trade now. And right now, the trade is winning. Right now, the trade is winning. Buddy Hield balled out. He was on fire for a minute. Payne's been playing well. He's been adding some real crucial minutes. Buddy and Maxey was dropping downs. I think Maxey had 9. He might have had like 8 assists or something. It was impressive how many assists they had between them. The ball movement was crazy. Oubre had a good game. But y'all go ahead and y'all, we going to get at it. But it was a huge Sixers win. We needed this win. And now we are the hottest team in the league right now because we just beat the hottest team.
Well, I'll say this about the trade.
I don't think it works like that.
I'll say this about I don't think nobody complained about the Buddy Hield trade. I thought everybody thought that was a good trade. I know you personally said you think they gave up too much.
I did.
I think that trade's 2 years.
And like you said,
2 years behind. But okay, he did it. Like Ethan said earlier, you correct the mistakes that you made. Buddy Hield was a really good pickup. He's hot. This team playing fast, ball moving around. I like it. Campaign adding the bonus. Is he that much greater than Pat Bev? He probably could shoot the 3 maybe a little better. He did his thing coming off the bench. Good 6-man. We didn't miss Toby at all tonight. I still think we should have traded Toby for the trade deadline for a big man. We could use a big man. We're going to need a big man down the stretch to be, in some of these games with that rebound, he's getting killed on the boards. Cleveland is a big team, though. Cleveland a big team. Indiana a big team. Milwaukee a big team. Celtics a big team. All the teams we gotta play down the stretch. That the major teams in leagues are big teams. So we are gonna need some size in there. Maybe they looking to do that. I want to see how they going with this team now. I want to see how they gonna fit Kyle Lowry in here, where he's gonna fit. Is he gonna start? I like Buddy starting. Buddy dished the ball. What he had 8-9 assists tonight. The ball, he had 9 assists. Maxey had 9 assists.
He had 8. Maxey had 9.
And I think Campaign had, what he had, 6? Payne had 6.
Campaign had 4.
He had 4. Oh, yeah. Yep. So the ball was swinging tonight, man. That was good to see, man. So, and it's gonna be even better to see how they fit beating with this team.
Joe?
I usually go last, but excellent game. Whew, I'm looking at it now. I thought Tyrese played a solid game, but to me, he made a couple ball here plays, fouling players on 3-point shots twice in the game. That's like unacceptable. And then he missed the free throws. But outside of that, he played a pretty
free throw.
What I say?
He missed the free throws. You said.
Oh, I saw the one he missed. He missed that one down the stretch. Shout out to the boy Ricky Council. He a little ambitious for a young boy. However, those clutch free throws at the end of the game when the game's on the line and we needed every last one of them points, he knocked them down. So shout out to Ricky Council. I thought Oubre was the key. He was the glue tonight because every time we needed a clutch basket, Oubre he had that baseline Him and Maxey took advantage of the baseline jump shot today. I think that may be the only weakness that Cleveland has because they are a very tall team. And as a tall team, they're a little dangerous, which is why I believe the only reason why we won this game is because Tobias didn't play. Hear me out.
I agree. Toby.
Yeah, being athletic and tall, that hurts Toby because Toby's not a big rebounder. And so the Cavaliers, they got giants down low. They got like a 6'9" boy, they got like a couple 6'9" dudes playing down low. And Jared Allen, I still think Brooklyn lost that trade when they traded Jared Allen to the Cavaliers. But one other thing,
4%.
Donovan Mitchell is a dog. He's a dog. I mean, they probably would have won the game if he hit his free throws. I know he missed a lot of free throws, but Cleveland is for real though. I will say Cleveland for real, but I do like the Sixers right now. I really do.
Had a lot of calls to me that was a little sus. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Wayne. You know.
No, that's cool. I was just gonna say they look very athletic out there tonight. I mean, I'm excited to see them with the big fella in there. I thought Reed played solid. I do agree with y'all. Martin was like a shorter, more athletic Toby. He was getting up there. He had 8 rebounds, and he was active on the board.
5 for 5 too. 5 for 5.
Yeah. So I mean, now Oubre sometimes in council that boy Oubre made the shot, but boy, if he'd have missed that three, that pull up three when they should have been running the clock down, but he hit the shot though.
He made the shot.
He did. But you can't keep living on that. But I will give Oubre this. His aggressiveness. He's always aggressive, afraid of nobody challenging. They was doing a lot of challenging to the bigs down there. Hield, Maxey. So I mean, they look good so far. So maybe one day, Morey could live one day without everybody hating on him because he only brought in all the guys that we hyping up. The KJs and Council and Maxey and that's all.
This ain't a victory tour right now. We gotta
don't make it a victory tour for the players either. We gotta see on all of it because I know where you going with it. You like to be one of the ones. See how we play without Embiid and Joby. Okay, yeah. But these are the players that Morey brought in here that's doing it, ain't they?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Bernard McCoy, shout out to you. He said, "Who are the Cleveland? Who are the Cavs playing to be 7-1? I broke it up. Sixers beat them. Great win. We need another big man." Ethan mentioned earlier. He said we probably should have traded Toby for a big man. I mean, that's some food for thought. But
there was according to all the sources, there was no big man available for trade. Nobody was trading.
There was big man available, bro. There was big man.
Okay, I'm telling you what all the places say that they weren't.
Who the source?
Who's this? Who's your source?
Oh, look at him. SB Nation. Go show me the ones that was available. Who was available?
Who are the sources?
I just told you, SB Nation. All the basketball.
It was definitely big man available.
Could it be that the price?
Tell me who it was.
First and foremost, before we talk about the big man who wasn't available or not available or was available, there was a couple people shot at my beard. I want to thank y'all for that. To say the puppet juices and berries in there, and I am. That's that Castro oil too. Shout out to. I think Young was saying my beard looked crazy. Not that I look crazy with the beard. He was saying that beard game is crazy. Thank you, young boy. I appreciate that. But all that being said, my point was before I was really interrupted as I got back in. We got a little gag down the stretch with someone called. They were sending the boy Donovan to the line on some Fugazi stuff, man. Because that play, first of all, the game should never came down to the wire that close. They called a suspect called the Buddy Hield 6 personal foul was crazy corny to me. And this is my problem. I keep talking about this over and over again with the referees. It's starting to get irritating. They call these ticky-tack stuff, but then the legitimate calls when Oubre had the ball down low, it was at least 3 fouls on Oubre. And no call is called, but Donovan Mitchell gets a call where he makes contact with Buddy Hield and pushes him with the forearm, and Buddy Hield gets called for the 6th foul. This is the dumb stuff I'm talking about sometimes, that the refereeing is all over the place, and I don't know. The NBA, I keep saying this, they got to do something about it. It's all over the place. It almost cost us a game tonight, and if Garland would have hit that 3, I would have been here. I'd have been Super Bowl Ephraim all over again. Remember how it was when the Eagles lost the Super Bowl last year at the Chiefs? It would have been me all over again with that because that joint would have been corny. But we got the victory. I'm good. We could talk about the Super Bowl a little bit too if y'all want to. But we got the victory. This was huge. And like I said, I gotta at this moment, I'm giving Morey his props because the deal so far looked to be panning out. We got what we needed in Buddy Hield. He balling. Like he's shooting the lights off the building right now. And I looked at the stats. I didn't say it on this podcast, but we were talking about it amongst us. He's shooting over 40, I think 41% for the year. Last year he shot like 40 or 42, somewhere around there. But right now he probably shoot like 50% for us. He lighting it up right now. He looking good, man. I'm like,
maybe because now he got put back in that starting position, that position where you're getting the minutes where he wasn't getting in Indiana.
All I want to say is that in the middle of the game, Ethan said we missed Niang, and Niang's stat line tonight was 0. But
shout out to KJ Martin too. He was 5 for 5. He was all. I know a lot of his points was at the rim, but he was hoop. His athleticism was very clear. He had a couple very athletic rebounds where he jumped from one side of the court to the next to grab a rebound. That's why he had 8 of them. But this is what me and Ethan always talked about when it came to that Toby position, that athleticism. We talked about Oubre, who actually shot 71% from the floor tonight in that starting role. I would have preferred Oubre over Toby because of the athleticism that he brings and the ability to create your own shot against more athletic defenders. To me, this is very indicative of the whole point I was making from before.
That's why I should have traded Toby.
For the person that's saying we could have traded for Gafford, I don't think you guys won't be able to. Would you want to trade for Gafford? He's under a 3-year, $40 million contract. Is that what you want to pay your backup center? Which is what he would be for the next 2 years?
It's not your money.
You have to worry about it in the trade because you're stuck with that contract.
He always tries to throw money up there to discredit something. It's not your money. Get some player that can play. And you might have to, yes, you're going to have to overpay for backup center for Joel Embiid because you got to take into consideration that he's going to have to start.
So you willing to pay that for Gafford? You willing to pay? Be locked in.
Backup center because he's going to have to start half your season. That's what you want with the Sixers, Joel Embiid. That's what you're going to have. You got to overpay for backup center because he has to be able to play, start a minute.
And then in the offseason, you'll be crying about Morey gave away such and such. He gave away the draft pick for this young boy, this, that, and other. They got the number 1 overall pick for him. They got a number 1 pick. They got a number 1 pick for him. Number 1 pick.
Who got number 1 pick?
Washington. They got a number 1 pick. Okay,
from who?
From OKC. From the Mavs from OKC.
OKC. They both them teams gonna be in the playoffs. No one pick ain't gonna be not.
I mean, listen. If we could have got, I will say this. In our big man's defense tonight, that block at the end of the game by B-Ball Paul on Donovan Mitchell was huge. I'm so glad, to my surprise, it wasn't a foul call on the play because they was giving Donovan Mitchell how many free throws? He shot a lot of free throws too. I think. How many free throws did he shoot? He shot he had 9. He 17. Shot 17 free throws. That's what I'm saying. They was giving him all kind of calls. I know he got one of Maxey. I think Maxey ran up underneath him for the 3. I give him that. It was kind of a silly play by Maxey, but I done seen Steph Curry shoot them all year long and not get those kind of calls. It was irritating. 17 free throws. Come on, bro. For a guard like that, that's insane. But and I know he go to the rack a little bit and all that, but that's still crazy. Let me calm down because we want to.
So do y'all still?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say. So you still think? I mean, you've been talking for like half the show already. I sat here while you went on like a 5-minute tirade, but I was gonna let you keep going, But if I could join the club and join the show a little bit,
like you in the last 10 shows when you just.
I appreciate. Oh, you mean when you don't show up? Yeah, I do. Yeah, but I was quiet and let you talk, right? Yeah, it's my time now. It's like. I was just gonna say to a point that I think you kind of brought up earlier in one of your long, drawn out soliloquies. We bringing in Lowry, right? So there's Lowry because I know y'all was talking before you moved Maxey to the 2 and Lowry start. So we still talking there? Or are we talking like I said they've been doing and what it looked like is Buddy Hield and Maxey is just starting backcourt.
You play point guard by committee, Buddy and Maxey.
Yeah, okay. I'm going with what you're saying. I mean, I listen. The proof is in the pudding. One had 8, one had 9 assists. So if they keep doing that, I'm not thinking that this is going to be an every night thing where they both almost have double-digit assists. But if they could have, one person have 9, one person have 4 or 5, I'm cool with that. Like I could work with that either, going either way, like Ethan said, by committee. Because right now, I mean, at the end of the day, if they both getting buckets and And I like the way Nick Nurse has designed this offense. It's a very fluid moving offense. Ethan mentioned it earlier. It's almost like reminiscent of Golden State offense when Clay was actually Clay and he was hitting, but they just constantly keep moving the ball. You had 3 people at 20 points, and you had a total of 6 people in double digits and one with 8. So you almost had 7 people in double digits. Like, that's impressive. Yeah, I mean, so you keep and we shot 51%, I think, from the field. Somewhere around.
We both teams actually.
I think it was 54%. Yeah,
54.5% from the field. Like, that's impressive. And we took a good number of threes.
We shot
with that as well. We took 26 threes. We was 42% from threes. We was 11 for 26 from threes, and still ended up shooting 54%. So that's impressive. There was some oops going on too.
It was. Phil did say something about Max. Maxey can get better at his passing. I know his oops really ain't that good. He needs to work on throwing them oops a little better. His oop passing ain't that great, but he
remember, he seemed like he used to throw oops better. Who was it? Drummond? He used to always hit. Wasn't it always Drummond that he would hit with them oops? It seemed like when they came in the game together.
Him and Kelly ain't been connecting that much on them oops.
Yeah.
And he was there for him. He just ain't been throwing them that good. So, but do you when Batum can shoot the 3 too? Batum, however you say it, Nicholas. I'm gonna call him Nick. Nick can shoot the 3 too, but I would like him coming off the bench for a little firepower. Or y'all, you know what? But I would like to see them. The Sixers though, I guess they went 9 a night. Smith got a couple minutes. They've been going with an 8-man rotation for the last couple games. Do y'all like the 8-man? You want to see him go 10, 11?
They hurt. We missed like 4 people.
Is Batum ain't still hurt, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Batum's out.
What's going on with the ball back?
Melton is out.
Yeah, Melton's back. You need a bagiotomy?
Yeah, so you missed about 4 or 5 people, so they went short because they have a choice. It's interesting that the game, the ball Kelly Oubre, he said these games without Joel allow us to find our game.
He said that?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think he meant by that?
He said Wayne, did he say that?
Oh, I don't know. If Tim, Tim loves Twitter, so I'm sure he
loved to find some Joel hate.
Listen, okay. Let me tell you this.
Want to tell you that?
Yeah.
They go to these playoffs with all Embiid. They're getting swept the first round. They not swept, but they ain't going past the first round.
I'll say this. I'll say this for that. You do need to find your rhythm. Is this good for these Joel come back?
I think that's what he meant.
This is what we was talking about before when Tim said Joel had the highest whatever, and I said you do want these players getting their shots up, getting comfortable playing before Joel come back.
Yeah,
you do want that because you ain't gonna be coming in like dead. Just hope he should be able to hit that, and you come in with no shots up, no playing time. So we'll see what happens.
Mike said build our confidence. Yeah,
I mean, it ain't like Oubre ain't been getting shots up. I don't know where we go with that. He gets his shot attempts anyway. I can see I can see somebody like KJ Martin saying that or something like that. But Oubre get his shot. He get his share of shots up.
But it's not,
sometimes he don't. He got like 4 or 5 shots when Joel was playing.
Okay.
It's one thing to feel like you belong. It's like now with them playing without Joel, it feels like they are part of the game plan. Not that they're just going to get whatever Joel don't eat. You get the crumbs. They feel like they actually part of the team. Like they're in that.
Well, see, no. I'm not going to let you talk that because that's why Embiid was averaging a career amount of assists this year because he was buying into the system and they swung the ball around just the same. Like Embiid got shots. Yeah, but don't act like nobody touched the rock like Embiid just stood there and pounded the ball in the middle of the court.
Everything of the offense went through Joel Embiid. That's a lot.
I agree, Phil. We need a less Embiid-centric. We need a less Embiid-centric offense. I agree with that.
We do.
I agree with that.
I mean,
I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that either.
The problem is, I think without Embiid, it's almost like Ethan was saying, Golden State kind of offense because Embiid is not as mobile. It's not going to move as much as like a Draymond. Mm-hmm. Draymond plays center for Golden State. He running out the 3. He doing just much as running as anybody else. So you ain't going to see. And I mean, you don't expect Joel Embiid to do all that. So when he in the game, It's going to slow down the movement a little bit. I mean, in fairness to Joel, like Wayne said, he has been facilitating. He's been passing the ball. I mean, he's got a career high in assists and all that. But I mean,
we're going to assist him on the bench a little bit because he got to sit down a little bit.
I mean,
so this is what we're going to do. So this is what you're going to do. Get overexcited. We're going to get excited because it was a solid one tonight. But they beat Washington and them, and they lost to the Hawks. So now we're going to get excited like Embiid
and right? We went 2 in a row.
Wait, this is
Toby played one of them too, but
Wait, this is what they do. I'm not trying to hold on to no hopes and aspirations that we're a better team without Joel Embiid. I'm not going to sit here and try to do that.
We are a better team.
Nah, we're not better team. Hold on.
Right, here we go.
Be careful who you align yourself with.
Slow down.
Here we are. I'm just saying,
go ahead.
We're a better team. Because it's not centered off of one person. That's why we're
Can we win? Can we win without him? Can we win a chip without him?
What was our record with him and what's our record without him? All right, then be quiet.
4-8 right now.
We just lose.
Then we like 26-5 with him, something like that.
We're a better team without him, but we do need him to win it all. That's
Okay, radio.
I think his usage should dip a little bit. To be honest with you,
it should.
No, I agree. Listen, that's supposed to be the whole reason you put more talent, more skill, more players around him. A little bit. Yeah, I mean it should be.
I mean, I could fool with that with the usage rate dipping some, but at the same time, Tim talking about we a better team without him. I'm not. No, I'm not taking that. None. Nope. First of all, we were the. We was the number one. We was in the top 3. Wasn't we just in panic mode when B got hurt and the sky was falling and
we played better team ball.
Oh wait, and when we made the trade, Morey was tanking. Don't forget that part too.
Right. I mean, it was a good game. First of all, don't expect. Let's be clear about this. I like Buddy Hield, and I've been talking about Buddy Hield since he came out of college. I watched him. I liked him. Don't expect him to do this every night.
Oh, I agree with that.
Don't expect Buddy Hield to hit 3 threes in a row and all that kind of stuff like that. Don't especially with B not there. Like I can see he going to put some work in, but I'm not expecting him to do what he did every night. So I think we're getting a little bit hyped and beside ourselves because we had a good night. Let me see this for another.
Don't say we. Say them. Say them. You don't want to act like you agree with them.
Let me see this another 4 or 5 games first.
I think it's better for Joel Embiid to average 25, 26 during the season and let his teammates help him than averaging 34, 35 during the season and go down to 27, 28 during the playoffs. I think if he's better to average 26, 27 during, then you could jump up during the playoffs. I think it's better. Not for him to just want to average 35, 36 during the season and in the playoffs. He averaged 28, 29. That's not what I.
I agree. But if he has to average a 30-something in order for us to win during the regular season,
He don't.
Now he don't. Now he doesn't. Yes, he got firepower with him.
I don't think he did before.
Okay. It's a reason why until we made these trades, we stunk without him this year.
I agree with that.
We stunk without him this year.
Because we were playing too Embiid centric. In the words, I'm gonna use your.
I'm just telling you, when we played without him, we stunk. So now we're playing without him with these other players that was brought in, who were better than what we had. Players that we was complaining about picking up. These players right now make it weird though you don't have to, because you got guys like Buddy Hield could put points up. Campaign plays solid, you know what I'm saying, and gets assists and looks.
I want to be like Joker in the regular season and Joker in the playoffs.
Phil W. I agree with Embiid. Buddy Hield will be able to knock a lot of those open threes down. I'm talking about now without Joel Embiid. They're talking about we're a better team without him. I'm saying he won't do this every night without Joel Embiid. Maybe I should have prefaced it by saying that. I don't see him doing that consistently every night without Joel Embiid. With Joel Embiid, oh yeah, he's gonna get plenty wide open looks. And again, this is why I like Buddy Hield coming here. I still felt we gave up a little too much for him, seeing that he was a bench player over there for them. But he's starting with us now. He's putting up buckets, so I can't be mad.
But just because somebody a bench player for somebody else, look at Seth. Seth was a bench player somewhere else, right? And he came over here and started in the game.
I'm just my point in saying that is how valuable was he to you for him to be a bench player on your team? You know what I'm saying? So
But
like,
it doesn't. One man's trash is another man's treasure.
I
If
hear
he
what
fits your system and what you need.
But my point is, you're not hearing my point. It was good for us, but if somebody's on your bench, that means they're not. You for some reason you don't value them that high. So why do we give up a lot of value? That's all I'm saying. I still think we could have gave up a little less, but it was crunch deadline. I'm sure they were probably negotiating back and forth, and Morey felt we needed the shooter, which we did, and we got him. So I can't be too mad. But if you probably could have negotiated that earlier, you might have been able to get him for a little less of a price. That's just my opinion. But we got him.
Maybe
Indiana could have used him tonight. They lost to Charlotte.
They lost to Charlotte.
They bench trash too. No bench.
I mean, we are. Even when you talk about that, you gotta remember too, it's other teams that might be vying for that too, and they looking for the best offer they could get. Who's to say that that was offered to them before? You know what I'm saying?
Possible. That's possible. That's possible.
Bottom line though is we look so much more athletic tonight than we have.
We did. That's what
we did.
And Nick Nurse did something that I ain't.
Lawrence, you might be right. You might be right.
Towards the end of the game, he had Ricky Council in there instead of the boy Paul Reed, and I think that we almost lost the game for not having no rebounders in the game. They rebound well.
Phil,
Paul Reed actually did a smart game tonight too. Shout out to Paul Reed. Ain't nobody giving him his props, but he was on the boards. He was hitting left.
He shot that air ball. He shot that air ball 3-footer that pissed me off.
That was one shot.
I gave
Paul Reed some props early in the show. I gave Paul Reed.
Oh, you did give? Okay, I missed it.
Yeah, Draymond just hit a half-court three-pointer before the end of the half. That was kind of funny. But yeah, Paul Reed was balling. Ethan was kind of hating on him. Ethan for some reason. It's Ethan, I think, and Phil W. who don't like Paul Reed. Somebody in here, X-Man, one of them be hating on Paul Reed real bad.
You know why he don't like it? He don't like Reed because me and Tim like him. You know how that goes sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, Phil, he don't got 2 more years. He got a year and a half of prime B left. B might have 1 year of prime B left. He got one more. I'm gonna say this because Phil Evans. I mean, you're right. He pretty much bone on bone right now. B's knee. He got 1 more year to try.
Where you getting this bone on bone breakdown from?
Yeah, what he had the cartilage damage in his knee. That's what's wrong.
His knees are bad from wear and tear.
Where you get this, bro? You doing that Wayne stuff now? You just throwing out statistics.
Why my name gotta go out there?
Who told you that? Like, where are you getting this from?
When I looked up with B's injury, right? It said the tear is normally caused from wear and tear. That
okay, and then you fix it.
It's really caused from wear and tear.
Right.
That's what.
Then you get surgery to fix it.
The ball a little bit.
What's B's injury? Left meniscus, something like that. Let me look at it. I send it to y'all right now.
That's what it was. X-Man. I knew it was you. I knew you was the one hating on B-ball Paul. Paul ain't trash. He actually is doing pretty good, man. He has some good plays under the rim. That one air ball from 3 foot was kind of suspect, but he was hustling. He's active. He gets a lot of blocks. I like his defense. And he had the biggest block of the game on Donovan Mitchell to seal the deal for us, pretty much.
He has good finishing around the rim too. When Reed cooking, like he hit that nice little reverse and stuff like that. But I mean, I hope when Embiid comes back, these guys can still come like off the bench and play like the way that they're playing now. Like KJ and whichever one that's coming off the bench or whoever going to be starting to come off the bench. I hope that they could bring that same energy. These young guys that's playing now. Council, I like his tenacity, but he definitely got to be
You're not going to see the light of day once the players get back. This was all about him being available to play right now. He's not going. You'll never see Council no more after everybody get healthy. I'm telling you now.
I mean, he gave him a nice amount of minutes though for somebody that you thinking you ain't going to see him no more.
Because we needed him, but he's not. You'll not see him. The only thing I wish, to be honest with you, real talk, as far as Joel Embiid, I just need him to play the right way when he gets back. Once he get back here, I just need him to sit there and just like pass the ball, make the right decision. Don't worry about your 30, because remember he had to get that 30 and 10, keep that streak alive. It was like he was fluffing his numbers a lot. Just play the right way, because we do need him. You'll never hear me say
he's getting the same meniscus he had repaired in the 16-17 season. He's getting repaired again.
Okay, so good. It's getting repaired, so he got another 8 years.
No, that's not how that works.
How you know how it works? Maybe you don't rip it again. How it works?
Not how that works.
How do it work? Tell me how it works.
I'm telling you, it's not how that works.
How long does it usually last? If he did it in 16, 17, and we're in 2024, how long does that work? That sounds like 7 years to me. 7, 8 years. So how does it work?
I'm telling you, it's not how it works.
Okay, I'm asking you how it works. You tell me how it don't. I'm asking you how it does it. Educate me.
Can y'all tell them, what do y'all feel about Cleveland Cavaliers based on what y'all seeing and them being hot right now? Y'all think they're a legit contender in the East?
Who, the Cavs?
The Cavaliers.
I mean, they kind of did the same thing last year a little bit.
But they healthy this year.
I mean, bro, they just went on a crazy win streak. They just had a bad game tonight against the Sixers, who was rolling tonight. Sixers was shooting very well. I ain't gonna put a whole lot on that. If they're going like a little losing streak, then maybe yeah. But I mean, they've been hooping.
Jared Allen is hurt for years here and there, but he's healthy now. And then Mobley, he was hurt. So they look healthy. They look like
they do. But who got hurt last year? Garland. Who got hurt?
I think Evan Mobley missed some time last year, and Jared Allen always missed.
I was about to say both their bigs was out.
I mean, was Donovan Mitchell a baller? So you always got a chance in every game when you got Donovan, especially as long as they call and many calls for him, as it was tonight. Garland fast. He go to the rack. He can shoot pretty decent. They got good defense down the middle and all that. LeVert. They got ballers on their team. I mean, they're going to be a formidable opponent for anybody. Are you putting them in the top 5?
Appreciate that.
With
shout out Lawrence too for the super sticker.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Yeah, in the East, where you putting them in the rankings with Boston,
Milwaukee? Right now in the
Sixers,
East,
Cleveland.
AR number. I think they're number 2 right now in the East.
Yep.
They ahead of
I think that I did it. Yeah, Milwaukee's been playing horrible since they got Doc.
They getting better. They just filling each other out.
Yeah, Tim. I think if Joel Embiid come back and with the way Buddy and them playing, and Joel Embiid come back, Cleveland gonna be light work.
But we got to worry about them because remember y'all was telling me how Maxey get wore down and stuff. There's a lot of minutes. Maxey played 41 minutes. Hield played 41 minutes. Tim and Ephraim, remember when they were saying Maxey was hitting the wall?
Remember they were talking. Put my name in there. What I say that?
I told you something about me throwing stuff in there.
No. When Tim said about Maxey being overused, that's why he was tired. He needed a rest. And said another. Ephraim was like, I can see a little bit of that. I can see a little bit of that.
It's true though. You cannot play your team 41, 42 minutes. They said that was the knock on Nick Nurse. They said Nick Nurse ran his players to the ground, played like they was always in the playoffs. Let me finish.
Let me defend myself. He put my name in this thing.
He plays his players. He has the starters. He played that rotation like it's the playoffs all year long. So when the playoffs come, they are ran down. That's the biggest knock on Nick Nurse. So he got to learn to balance that bench, play that bench. I think Ethan said it earlier. He got to go into like a 10 player rotation regular season, then shrink it when it gets to the playoffs.
The problem is you need to keep pace in the league. This is the problem we're under right now. Without Joel Embiid, we still have to keep pace. So how do you keep pace running 10, 11 man? Just answer my own question. It's going to be hard to keep pace running 10, 11 man deep when we really don't have the players for that. The talent. You might got players, but you have the talent.
We got the new ball. What's his name? What's the new ball? The one.
Where Covington at? Where your boy? Whose ball was Covington? Ephraim, wasn't that your ball? Covington.
That's emo homie. But rest is never a bad thing. The same way I was arguing with rest for Joel Embiid, the ball that you love to defend tooth and nail, and I said I don't mind you resting him because it's not saying he's going to get wore down. It's just saying you decrease the chance of injury when you get some rest. Rest is never a bad thing. When you work out, they say you should get 8 hours of sleep a night. So what that means is rest is good for the body. So if you need to sit down a couple games here or there, or you need to tell back the minutes, I'm not mad at that. It's a long, grueling season.
I ain't got to sleep. Sleep is the cousin of death. You got to be up and moving. But that's why my body is how it is.
Okay. But that's all I'm saying with the whole rest thing. Where Tim was saying, you gotta make sure you pace, like Ethan and Tim saying, you gotta make sure you pace your players, man. And sometimes that might be at a cost of victory here or there. If you happen to lose a game or two because of that, I'm not overly mad, because I would rather have you lose a game and keep a player. And make sure that come playoff time, you got the players as healthy as they can be, or as rested.
As long as we not in the play-in.
If we get in the play-in, even if we get in the play-in and Joel Embiid come back, everybody in trouble.
Yeah.
So they say
if we get in the play-in and Embiid,
I think I'm trying to figure out where we're going to be in the season in 4 weeks when Joel Embiid gets reevaluated.
3 weeks. It's been a week already. It's been like a week already. What was it, like Wednesday or something? You got the surgery?
I think as long as we keep winning, the longer we win, the more you sit them out. You should not rush this thing back at all.
Then you got the.
We definitely would need to be a 7 seed. I ain't trying to play Boston. I ain't trying to get 8 seed to play Boston.
Joel don't work out on his own. He gets back in shape on the basketball.
3 weeks. 3 weeks to bring him back to the middle of March, a little bit more than the middle of March, and the play-in game is not until April 16th and 17th.
If you imagine if you sit Joel Embiid out to the playoffs, he'll be 350 pounds.
Oh no! Oh, I agree with you. I ain't talking about sitting him out to the playoffs. I do agree, but I'm saying he'll have time to come back. He'll have time to come back and get in shape.
We got 29 games left. You're sitting for about 15, 16 of those games. You bring them back for like the last out of 29, 15, 14 games. We're back 14 games left.
Yeah, what MJ come back? The last 16, 17 games, then they got swept? Or they lost to Orlando?
But he ain't play all season. That was different. You bring Joel Embiid back with about 14, 15 games left, and you let him work it. Make sure he put himself back in the shape ready for the playoffs. That's my professional medical analysis.
I say we bring him back off the bench.
Okay.
No.
But you be told though, real rap. That's not a bad idea. I mean, remember Golden State did that with Curry the year they won the championship when he came back from an injury. They brought him back.
Mentally, Embiid ain't gonna be able to handle that. I don't think.
Yeah, Maxey.
So wait. I'm about to say, so we ain't want to bring Maxey off the bench when he's coming back from injury, but we talking about bringing Embiid back off the bench. Okay.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking.
Maxey don't have a history. Maxey don't have a history of getting hurt all the time. Embiid do. Yeah. And like I said, them bigger bodies, I keep mentioning this. It's not a coincidence that big dudes don't last long. Them bigger bodies take more impact. It's heavier on your joints, your knees, and all that.
I've always said that.
I don't know about the bone on bone that Ethan talking about. I remember I heard that with Chase Utley. Mary's always said about Chase Utley. He playing with bone on bone right now and all this. I don't know if his knee that bad, but all I know is
his knees bad. His knees is bad.
All I know is them bigger guys tend to get hurt a little bit more easily because it's more weight.
Right now, Joel Embiid knees is terrible. Terrible.
I don't think nobody's arguing that his knees aren't bad when you have that many injuries. Yeah.
I just think that once he's back, because he's so dominant. As I said, if he just play the right way, if he get everybody involved, keep the ball moving, don't let it stick to your hands, keep it like it's been doing.
He kind of been doing it.
Yeah, they have been doing it.
I don't think he has. To be honest with you, I think he just even.
No, Embiid will not average 30 points next year.
Okay, I hope not.
Especially if we especially if we bring Buddy back. We still got to sign Buddy.
Buddy and Oubre.
I like the fact that Buddy loved. I haven't watched him that much in Indiana when he was in Indiana or Sacramento. I peeped it on him here.
I watched him a little in Sacramento,
but it seems like. And maybe I gotta go back. Maybe somebody can educate me on this in the comments.
I thought you was a big fan of Buddy, but you ain't seen him in 10 years.
No, I'm talking about consistently. I haven't watched him. I watched him here or there, but I didn't. They're not my team. I watched him when he played against Golden State. I watched him when he played against us. It's the only time I really pop in and watch Indy. Who's watching Indiana? Who's watching Sacramento? Who's casually watching Sacramento on the ticket?
Go to say your team.
No, Steph Curry is my favorite player, so I watch Steph Curry.
He did have a little slip up. He had a little slip up. A little slip at the top.
What I say?
He had a little slip at the top. He said Golden State team.
You know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean.
It was mental.
They vicariously my team because he's my favorite player. Plays in Golden State. Y'all know I bang with the boy Steph. Joel Embiid.
Go ahead, finish your point.
But anyway, I forgot what my point was. Y'all played. Oh no! My point is the boy Buddy Hield actually looks extra animated because he always said he wanted to be a Sixer. Maybe because I don't know why, Did anybody mention that? Was it the AI effect or something like that?
I don't know. I just know he mentioned about always wanting to be in Philly for a while now. So it might have just stemmed from the trade conversations and stuff. I don't know.
But
Like,
he
he
seemed
always
real.
was,
He
like,
seemed
like,
like
you
real
know, his-
engaged. Like he passionate. He arguing every call. He extra with it. Like he really trying to do this thing. I'm really liking what I see from Buddy. I don't know if he was like that before.
I mean, anybody Islander, maybe he tried to play in places like Indiana and Sacramento. How many people he seeing that his people? Let me say, you know,
Who
sometimes.
drafted Buddy? Did Sacramento draft him? He didn't get drafted by them, I don't think, did he?
Hold up. Let me calculate.
I remember you was
How about just Google it?
I
You
know.
was loving Buddy Hield when he first came out.
I was. Buddy was that ball.
Yeah, I
Buddy
remember
that
that.
game. I like Buddy.
I forget what draft he was in. But you
New
were
Orleans,
screaming he's gonna be the
it
next
was.
D Wade.
It says 2016. Yeah, it was the
Pelicans.
Kings, I think.
The
The
Pelicans
Pelicans.
draft.
Was it? Oh yeah.
The Pelicans.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there for a year, and then they sent him to Sacramento.
All right, y'all
Yeah,
know
I'm
what
surprised
this
he
name?
ain't
Y'all
lasted
want
a
to talk
year.
Oh yeah, the Super Bowl was it was uneventful mainly
Wait,
to the fourth
did he
quarter.
get traded in his first year?
Yeah, that's why we never get past the.
I think it said after 1 year.
Y'all still jump back.
I know. Tim, remember I was talking about this earlier? I
Yeah.
talked about this. But the Super Bowl, nonetheless, the Super Bowl was actually first of all, last year's Super Bowl was better. All the Super Bowls the Eagles have been in 2017, actually, even if you go back all the way to the 04 Super Bowl, but especially 2017 and the 2022 Super Bowl was some of the best Super Bowls you ever see. That's first of all. Them Jones was banking. But with that being said, this Super Bowl was pretty much uneventful to the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter got turned up. I will say that when the overtime was some good plays, by both quarterbacks, both teams, good defense, good offense. I know a lot of talk was made about Brock Purdy, or as Cam Newton say, Brock Purdy, that he was and I'm not going to disrespect that man. His name is Brock Purdy. With that, he was just a game manager, but Brock Purdy showed me something throughout this playoffs. He's more than a game manager to me. I'm not just going to put him in game manager in the game manager category. He actually showed me a little something. He reminded me of Eli Manning a little bit. He got Eli Manning like qualities where Eli Manning was that dude who just
Eli had an arm though.
for some reason he never seemed to get rattled like that. Like you get hit on him and all that kind of stuff like that. But when Eli Manning never got hurt, that's the difference right now so far. Brock Purdy.
He was. When I think about it, you're right.
You could hit him with a sledgehammer and he'd get back up.
Yeah.
But he just always seemed just to be in his mode. Like he never seemed to get overly excited. He never seemed to get overly down, and that's kind of what I see in Brock Purdy. And I mean, in his defense, he carried his team against some tough teams to the playoffs and got all the way to the Super Bowl and took it all the way to overtime and was 1 or 2 plays away from winning the game. So Brock Purdy earned a lot of my respect. He's more than the game man.
Man,
I like him.
The only thing I say about the Super Bowl, the Super Bowl now is not for regular people. Regular people really cannot go to the Super Bowl anymore. Super Bowl is an entertainment fashion show. The tickets is too much.
So what you mean regular people? You mean regular football fans? You talking about regular
Yes.
fans?
Like the average
Regular fans can't go to Super Bowl games. They cost too much. The boxes is like $1 million. Floyd spent like $1 million for box. It's all celebrities. It's just a celebrity show. You know, you can't get regular people there no more. Tickets, I think one seat is like 8,000.
So you can't greed. Pure greed.
Yeah, it is. It is. You can't get a regular person on there no more. So we don't watch it on TV.
It's ridiculous. The average
I will say the game was entertaining, especially it was a defensive struggle for both teams. Like they or battle, I should say. But what y'all think about Travis Kelce bumping Andy Reid on the sidelines?
Oh yeah. Andy Reid tried to down.
I guess I don't get to say nothing about what I thought about the game, but okay.
Wayne got to jump in. Hey, Lawrence, we're going to talk about the draft. We're going to have a special show dedicated toward the NBA draft. But go ahead, Wayne. What's your thoughts?
Was Toby?
I ain't even watched the first half.
Then why you want to talk about it? You want to get in? Go ahead.
I watched the second half. I only watched that because at halftime I turned in because my wife wanted to watch it. What?
As a man, what were you doing the first half of the season?
Watching television with my wife because I could care less about those two teams that was playing.
Yo, that ain't a flex.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It ain't gotta be a flex. The game was trash. I didn't want to watch the game.
That's a violation.
Listen, hey, first of all, my masculinity and my sports acumen and my testosterone don't care not what you light skinned and Puerto Rican looking Negroes got to say.
I had to throw my son out. I was on Instagram during the Super Bowl. I seen he got Pittman, his wife.
Hey, look at. Nah, I wasn't watching Lifetime. Cut that out, Boozilla. Huh? I don't care about it. People go to Super Bowl parties and sit there and just talk. You probably weren't even talking about the game that time. You said y'all was doing too much laughing. So I know you weren't talking about football that whole time. But I just had no interest. I had no interest in seeing Taylor Swift 50 million times flashing on my TV screen. No, I didn't care about that.
That's a violation.
I don't know why I turned it on. I wanted to watch the halftime show. My wife wanted to watch Usher, so we turned it on to watch Usher. And then I let the game.
Now he got to get lashes.
That's a violation. That's a violation.
Okay.
Listen, it's the last football game of the year. It's no more.
I could care less.
I'm not done. I'm talking now. That's a violation.
I could care less.
Last football game of the year, and you telling me your man card is now supremely called into question, and I'm fitting to cut it up. And
that's why ain't no Negro ain't gonna touch my man card. Pause.
Yeah. We want to shelf it. You gotta get a punishment.
When you say it like that, I don't want to touch it.
For what? Listen, I don't have to live up to y'all. I don't gotta. I'm gonna football. I gotta play football. First of all, what are you? Y'all here can't even drink. Y'all talking about football? You can't even talk. Out there drinking coolers, watching the game.
Wiggins is trash. Yeah, Tim, tell us a violation, please.
It's about he got 1,000 lashes.
I don't care what y'all say. I don't care what y'all say. I didn't care to watch the game.
So it's the Super Bowl.
I don't care. It's not the first Super Bowl I didn't watch.
See, this why it's a violation. This why it's a violation.
You was Real Housewives.
You stopped your movie to watch Usher.
What'd you say? No, I perfectly timed it.
See, this is why it's a violation. This is why it's a violation. Everybody's saying the wifey come first, and she does, but the wifey is normally watching the Super Bowl with you.
My wife doesn't.
She's sitting.
When have you known my wife to watch football?
See, that's your mistake, though. That's your fault.
Why? I like my sport separate from my woman.
Because you should have educated her, and she should be sitting there with you when you wanted to sit there with you.
Nah. I like watching my game alone.
You also control your household. Your man card is 50 cut up.
I do. When I had my anniversary party, the first thing I did was make sure it wasn't on the Super Bowl or any football game.
Super Bowl party, she could go up there with the women, and you could be with the men hanging out.
I don't care to be around y'all cackling Negroes. When I watch sports, I want to watch sports. When I'm in the mood to watch sports, I want to watch
Usher by yourself. You want to watch Usher by yourself?
No, I told you I watched it with my wife. And then after that, and after I watched it, I heard it my way.
So this weekend is the All-Star.
Hear it up. Hear it up.
I could care less.
This is it, Wayne.
Hey, Wayne, what you doing All-Star weekend? Skating?
Your man card has been
completely All-Star weekend. We all going skating. I mean,
I didn't watch a single thing in All-Star weekend. I ain't watch no Pro Bowl. I ain't watch All-Star weekend. If it's something that don't interest me, I'm not watching it.
Hey, Boozilla,
you asked me about All-Star weekend.
Watching the Super Bowl with you is the biggest event.
Coming up this weekend. What y'all doing?
But she don't. I don't care. I don't care what people call the biggest event. I didn't want to see it.
I'm gonna burn his man card. Somebody give me a lighter. Somebody give me a pack of matches. Because your man card is never coming.
Ain't nobody touching none of mine. That's how much a man I am.
It's done.
Joe Biden said you're not black.
You catch your phone.
Joe Biden said you're not black.
With that being said, Wayne Cartless Brooks, what's your thoughts on the game?
Nah, I mean, you got to talk about Pat Mahomes being number 2 overall quarterback all times. I'm putting him over Joe Montana after the way he's been playing the last couple of years, and the way that he play. And he just made it happen. I wish we had a quarterback that had an arm that could read blitzes and win a game on the line in a tough game, do something like that. But maybe one day. Who in the draft this year?
Wayne, a better question for you probably is, what are your thoughts on the halftime show?
I thought it was entertaining. I thought Usher needed to get punched in his face for grabbing on somebody else's wife.
He definitely.
But
I kind of don't agree with that. I'm gonna tell you why.
Whoa! You don't agree with him grabbing up on the joint like that?
First of all, Swiss Beats put something up saying that's what you sign up for.
What does Swizzy say? What does Swizzy say? Let me lose respect.
He said y'all worry about y'all worry about the wrong thing. That joint was a beautiful show. Shout out to Alicia Keys and the Usher. Right. They entertainers. They entertainers.
See. That's because he just saw what happened to the other chick, man. When the bull said something, he lost her. So he like, nah, I'm keeping my.
All I'm saying is, as a regular guy, yes, that'd be a problem. If my chick went to an Usher show, all of a sudden Usher dragged up on stage, it's over. It's a wrap. But if she's an entertainer, he's an entertainer, and they performing.
So what's the difference? What's the difference?
Just entertainment.
It's
entertainment.
So it's entertainment to watch you. So it's entertainment to watch a girl get felt up.
So what happens in a movie when it's a love
scene?
Yeah, entertainment.
Oh, my wife ain't doing a love scene in the movie. I wouldn't do a love scene in the movie. That's disrespectful to your wife.
No, that's why you're not doing movies.
I'm just saying.
Hold on. Evidently in Hollywood, there's some other stuff they want you to do in movies too. You gonna do that?
Yeah, Tim all for it.
Tim will be a casting couch hoe. He's in Hollywood. He'll be on the casting couch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way,
you're not embarrassing me on TV. You're not doing
Nuggets tonight. 112.95.
Oh, let's get back to that real quick. I'm not done.
Shout out
Usher disrespectful. I don't care what realm of Hollywood or entertainment you on. You grabbing up on somebody's wife from the back, mind you, is highly disrespectful in any arena, in any venue, in any home, any supermarket. If you run into my wife in the supermarket and you see her and you grab, hey sis, come in, you grab her, that's disrespectful. It's disrespectful on any level. So Swiss Beats now has turned to something.
Next time y'all going shopping, let's see if you can take my man card and
Hey, look, what they say, if it happened to you,
I wouldn't even disrespect my sister like that.
My whole thing is Swiss Beats is not a beta male simp because there's no way in the world that you're going to try to deflect and say, yo, we're about the wrong thing.
It's a little different when they're entertainers. They had to practice.
So is adult stars. Did that change the thing? Did that make a difference?
It's not the same thing though.
I'm saying if you sign up for it, you sign up for it.
Y'all saying it's entertainment.
I don't agree with you. I don't agree with it.
It's certain things that's disrespectful, man. That woman is married. Don't be grabbing. It's no reason. Why you putting your hands on her like that?
I hear what they saying. The part that got me about it though, because it looked like she was kind of like pushing him off a little bit, like when he
went in
like.
For the joint.
So that's the part to me that was disrespectful. I agree with them. If that's a part of the show, and they rehearsed that and he knew what it was, to me it ain't no different than if you're doing an acting scene and your wife is kissing the guy in the acting scene. If that's what you bought into, you bought. If that's what you bought into that lifestyle. But however, the way she looked like she was pushing him off when he was, still coming in, that was a little disrespectful to me.
It was disrespectful because I don't think the way she pushed it off, I don't think it was part of the show. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
He might have embraced it a little longer than probably what they practiced, but I mean,
did he hip thrust?
No, but he kind of slid to the side like twice. Yeah,
Remember, he slid around the first, and he was like,
"Yeah."
Since Beats is worried about the money. See, at a certain point, people just get too worried about the money all the time. Remember, Steve Harvey said that. He said, "Listen, the integrity don't mean nothing when it comes to the dollars." He said that when we were on the show.
Swiss should have came out like he was part of the halftime show, like, yeah.
Exactly, Tim. What did he say? It ain't about the integrity game; it's about the money game. So Swiss Beats has lost all integrity.
So they already.
Wait. I did want to talk something. I wanted to mention something else in the halftime. What the heck did Jermaine Dupri have on? Looking like a little British pauper. Like what the shorts?
I didn't see Jermaine Dupri on the show.
He had on
he had on like a little tuxedo short set with ankle socks.
I didn't see that. I missed that part.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Remember that little meme, or it was like that skit when they went to get fitted for tuxedos and the little midget boy. They're like, "Here go the suit."
Yo, the boy that looked like Jermaine Dupri, he looked like Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah, that was funny. That was hilarious.
All right, we're wrapping this thing up.
Hold on, one quick second. Let's go back to Wayne's point before we get off this topic. Wayne said he's putting them ahead of Montana, and somebody in the comment section, I think it was X-Man or somebody said, Wayne, stop. They said, you crazy, Wayne. He's not going ahead of.
Why am I crazy?
He's not going ahead of Joe Cool. So what y'all, is he ahead of Joe Cool right now?
He's number one in my book.
He's number one in your book. He's ahead Brady.
I'm not putting him over Tom yet.
What's your thought? But let's go. What's your thoughts for him putting him above?
If he's ahead of Brady, is Andy ahead of Belichick?
Let him get his thoughts in. Go ahead.
Because Mahomes has no scandals tied to any of his titles. He hasn't been involved in 3 separate scandals as a quarterback. We had Deflategate, we had Spygate, we had Prussian Telephone Gate, all involving Brady, and got away with it. And now they don't even mention it. So I'm not going to sit there and be like, you know what? Even though he's a thorough quarterback, even though he did some special things, I will never take away his talent. I will never hate on him. But he has 3 scandals involving his name. So therefore, I'm not going to Patrick Mahomes. He always got to come up first. Sorry.
So what scandal did he have when he went to Tampa and beat Mahomes?
It doesn't matter. I said 3 scandals. Are you listening?
No, Tim, that's a valid point, though. That's a valid point.
I'm still not putting him over. I'm not putting him over Brady just yet. Brady did it all those years, and then he actually went to another team, another system, and did it with a whole different roster, and he did it with multiple different rosters. But I do put Mahomes over Joe Montana. Joe Montana had the stars he had as his weapons. You got Jerry Rice, the all-time receiver. You had Dwight Clark. You had John Taylor, Roger Craig. He had weapons around him. Not saying that Joe wasn't that dude, but he had weapons around him. You look at Pat Mahomes. First he had Tyreek. And everybody was. Then he lost Tyreek and had a bunch of no-name dudes.
He not had a job.
He had Kelsey.
I'm looking at the numbers. See, this what happens when you get a victim of the moment. But I call it prisoner of the moment. You're a prisoner of the moment right now. So relax.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
All right, go ahead.
Joe threw for 40,000 yards, right? Mm-hmm. Patrick Mahomes is only at 28,000 yards right now.
He only in his 20s though. He's not even.
And he's 28.
And he got 4 rings, and you already thrown it. You forget what Joe did. So what? He had Joe Montana. So what?
He's 28.
So what? He had Rice in them. So what? Come on.
Joe Montana ain't won his after he was 30. He won his at 28.
Don't be a prisoner.
I'm looking at what he's accomplished already. Hey, all right. I hear you.
To Ethan's point, though, and this is why I said earlier when we was talking about it, I said he still got a lot to go in his career. So it's hard for me to jump in and just put him over a dude who finished out his career, like Ethan said, the 40,000 yards, 4 Super Bowls, and all that kind of stuff like that. I do agree with Tim's point. I'm not putting him ahead of Brady, but I do think you have to. Brady has to be. If you're gonna put an asterisk next to Barry Bonds, you gotta put an asterisk next to Brady. That's all I'm saying. Barry Bonds still not in the Hall of Fame, but asterisks all next to his name because of his scandal that he had with the steroids and all that kind of stuff like that. Brady has had 3 separate scandals involving his name or his team name that he benefited from. So you have to that, in my opinion, that has to be put in there. You have to do it. You have to do it.
So is that true?
You've been a little disingenuous to the true nature of the game because we found out that they were certified cheating with the footballs and with the videotaping of the Super Bowls. Yeah. So, of course, you're going to win if you know what the other team going to do. That's the layup. Offensively, defensively. Come on, man. You got to put that in there. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's not a baller and all that. Just saying. Huh?
Joe didn't have Jerry Rice's first 2 Super Bowls. I got to look into that. He won in 81 and 84. What year did Jerry Rice come in the league?
Yeah, I think they're right about that.
Yeah, I did. I rocked it at the one.
It's one of them years. I know one of them years.
Jerry Rice came in the league 85. So that throws that out the window.
No, because he got one with Steve Young as the quarterback.
Yeah, I'm talking about he had Jerry Rice.
I mean, they replaced him with Steve Young and won 1 too. So I mean, that same stack team.
That's a solid point.
I'm just saying it is. I'm just saying I'm putting him over Joe right now.
There's a lot of people who still put Joe Montana over Tom Brady, and you could actually argue that point.
I agree.
Based off of what we've seen, this new, and I forgot about that. He is right because that one he actually threw to Joe Clark, not Joe Clark. What's his name? Clark.
Yeah, was it? It was Clark. Dwight Clark.
They threw Clark in the back of the end zone. Rice wasn't on that. Rice wasn't on that team. That was, if I'm not mistaken, that was their first Super Bowl. Right?
He wasn't. No, they're right. The first two was without him.
This was a fun pod. Got a chance to cover a lot. NFL season is over. It's gonna be a bounce back year for all of us for the Eagles.
If Jalen know how to read these blitzes, we're gonna be something special. He gotta get that blitz under control.
He just gotta get back on the point. He was reading blitzes before. It's not like he just can't.
He can read defenses, but he struggles against the blitz. That's all I'm saying.
He has to play a run. He has to do a run pass option. That's the
struggles
only thing
against the blitz. He gotta get his Arsenal game up with that. I can't. No, D'Angelo. Wrap it up. Okay. All right. You want to wrap it up? Go ahead. Wrap it up, Tim. Take us away. I gotta get to bed anyway.
Like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We're gonna catch you on the next podcast.
Peace.